जब हम यौन शोषण की बात करते हैं तो अक्सर इस बातचीत में इस बात पर ज़्यादा जोर दिया जाता है कि जो लड़कियां हैं वो यौन शोषण का शिकार हैं और उनके लिए काम होना चाहिए। नेशनल कमीशन फॉर विमेन हो गई। लेकिन जब हम बच्चों की बात करते हैं तो उन बच्चों में कभी कभार बातचीत में हम ये चीज़ भूल जाते हैं कि यौन शोषण का शिकार लड़के भी होते हैं और उनकी बात उस तरीके से नहीं होती जैसे शायद जब किसी बच्ची के साथ अगर यौन शोषण हो तो उसके लिए सोसाइटी जैसे सेंसिटाइज हो। ये एक ऐसा मामला था, यौन शोषण हुआ और उसके बाद सिस्टम ने अपनी जान में अपने हिसाब से उन्होंने मुआवजा दे भी दिया, लेकिन वो काफ़ी नहीं था। तो आपको लगता है ये एक ऐसा एरिया है जिसमें बहुत ज़्यादा काम करने की ज़रूरत है?
देखिए, ये केस बड़ा महत्वपूर्ण था क्योंकि पहली बार ऐसा हुआ कि इतना अधिक मुआवजा लड़के के केस में मिला है। लड़के के केस में जैसा आपने कहा ऐसा होता नहीं था।
पर आप मानते हैं ये है?
हाँ, ये है। एक प्रिंसिपल सेट हो गया कि भाई लड़के के साथ भी होता है और लड़के के को भी कंपनसेशन, रिहेबिलिटेशन की सुविधाएं मिलनी चाहिए। लेकिन असलियत ये है कि बहुत बड़ी संख्या में लड़कों के साथ भी यौन उत्पीड़न होता है, उनके रेप होते हैं जैसे लड़कियों के साथ होते हैं। लेकिन सामान्य तौर पर लड़के कहते नहीं हैं। लड़कियां कई बार अपनी माँ से कह देती हैं, कई बार लड़कियों का विजिबल हो जाता है, उनके इतनी शॉक्ड और इतनी ट्रॉमेटाइज हो जाती हैं वो कि माँ समझ लेती है या परिवार में कोई समझ लेता है। लेकिन लड़कों के मामले में आसानी से छुपाया जाता है, बहुत दिनों तक, सालों तक छुपाया जाता है। लेकिन उसका असर भी उतना ही गहरा होता है लड़कों के ऊपर जैसा लड़कियों के ऊपर होता है। तो जो एक शर्म की परत है कि भाई लड़के नहीं बोलेंगे, नहीं किसी को समझा पाएंगे, बता पाएंगे। मैं एक घटना बताता हूँ कि कुछ साल पहले मुंबई में एक घटना घटी जिसमें एक लड़के ने आत्महत्या कर ली। लेकिन माँ बाप जो बहुत बड़े अधिकारी थे उनको विश्वास नहीं था कि ये आत्महत्या करेगा, क्योंकि उनका मानना था कि वो सबसे बढ़िया मकान में, अच्छे मकान में रहते हैं, अच्छे से अच्छा खाना, पिज़्ज़ा, बर्गर, ये वो सब कुछ खिलाते हैं, चाइनीज़ खिलाते हैं, विदेश यात्रा भी करा के लाए, ब्रांडेड कपड़े पहनाते हैं, हवाई जहाज में घुमाते हैं। वो आत्महत्या कर ही नहीं सकता, वो तो खुश था लड़का। लेकिन पुलिस ने जांच पड़ताल में ये पाया, बहुत बाद जब वो अपने कमरे में मरा पड़ा मिला, 13-14 साल का लड़का, तो पता लगा कि पिता के ही एक दोस्त के द्वारा उसका लगातार यौन उत्पीड़न, सेक्सुअल अब्यूज़ किया जा रहा था और लड़के ने शर्म के मारे किसी को बताया नहीं और ऐसे ही चलता रहा और आखिरकार उसने एक दिन आत्महत्या कर ली। तो इतनी शॉकिंग थी खबर। उसका मतलब इसके का मायना ये हुआ कि हमें ऐसा वातावरण बनाना चाहिए कि लड़के भी खुलकर बोल सकें।
बहुत बड़ी बात।
हमें लड़के और लड़कियों के साथ घर में एक बाल मित्र, एक चाइल्ड फ्रेंडली एनवायरनमेंट बनाना चाहिए where the girls and boys can frankly speak to someone in the family
and understand what the child is. I mean, I can't believe this child didn't exhibit some sort of change in behavior. Perhaps unfortunately the parents didn't pick up on it. In Munna's story, it's the aunt. In Munna's story, it was the aunt who realized there's something wrong with her nephew, and she put the camera and then caught the.
I want to ask you, it's just wonderful that the compensation has gone up from 50,000 to 6 lakhs. Wonderful. But on top of that, you also do a lot of work with caring and rehabilitation of the child and the family, partly the stigma, partly the emotional trauma. Give us an example of when you've been to a house after all this. Give us some example, anonymously of course, of how the family has taken this or not taken it, how they've been traumatized by it, and what did you do? You must have found it very difficult to take.
Once in Delhi, it's about 3 years ago, a girl, 15-year-old girl was raped by her teacher. She used to go to tuition and she was raped one day. And she didn't tell it to a few days, but later on her mother came to know that she has been raped, not only once but a couple of times. And the whole family was trying to hide it because they were lower middle class family and they were all, both of them were educated. But somehow the girl stopped going to school. She was so traumatized, she stopped going outside the home. And then finally a case was registered. And then the family decided to run away, wanted to leave Delhi because there was pressure from some of the relatives and other people that better to withdraw the case. But also there was some force from the accused people and their families and others that this big social stigma has been put on the family, so better to leave. So one day I came to know that the mother of that girl wanted to commit suicide. And girl was also developing suicidal tendencies. So my wife Sumedha and I invited them to our ashram, and somehow father came with the girl, this girl. She was not talking about anything. She was not smiling, not showing any kind of emotion. So it took us several hours. We had food together on my table. I was talking about other things and so on. And then I asked her that forget about what has happened, but tell what you wanted to become before this incident. What was your dream to become? She said, I wanted to become teacher. So I said that nothing has happened. You can become the teacher. You can go to school or other school if you are so frightened with this school. It took some time, but later on, I told her that just write that I wanted to become teacher. 10 times, 20 times on a piece of paper. She wrote. And then I said, stand up, go in the bathroom and stand in front of the mirror. And loudly tell, I wanted to become teacher. I wanted to become teacher. She did it. And when she was saying this, she started crying. So my wife opened the door and called her. First time she cried after this. And then we hugged her and we said, you are our daughter. Forget what has happened. And then we called her father. Her father was also traumatized and never wanted to tell the story to anyone. But that girl told the story. And then after telling her story, her father said that I wanted to take her to school somewhere else. But the girl immediately said, no, I wanted to go to school, in my school. And I wanted to become a teacher. And she started crying and hugged her father. And the father called up the mother. And after some time, after a month or so, one day I received a call from that beautiful daughter. And she told, Uncle, I wanted to become teacher. So they need love and care. They need some sort of emotional protection. They need respect and dignity, more importantly. So if the family and relatives and everybody is busy in stigmatizing the family and the girl, then they think of committing suicide. So why we have to strengthen such a campaign is that everybody should feel that these girls are not the matter of being hated or stigmatized. They are all our daughters.